I got the horses in the back. Horse stock is attached.
Minutes. The Titans less than 4. But fires into the end zone, and that will be hauled in.
Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans weekly podcast. I am your favorite Tennessee Titans analyst, Lorenzo the Hawk, bringing you tears from Nashville. I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm sad, man. I ain't done a show in the past day or two because of what took place. I mean, there ain't no tears around here, ain't no crying in football, but the Titans have played so hard all season long, and we come up short. The Titans did a great job all season despite a lot of injuries, a lot of issues, man, to rise above and finish the season 9-7. We finished that way as well last year. So some people might call it a success or a failure. I actually think it's a successful season from the standpoint that we beat a lot of playoff teams that's in the playoffs right now. But we did not make the playoffs. And we are in the toughest division, I think, in football in the AFC South. 2 years in a row, we've had 2 teams to represent in the playoffs out of 6. So to let you know again, they're playing ball in the AFC South. As I mentioned as well, man, the issue that we had is, stopping Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was doing what he wanted to. He did throw one bad pick, which I anticipated he would. But overall for the game, Andrew Luck was throwing the football all over the field. The biggest part of it is time of possessions. When you look at the Indianapolis Colts, man, they owned the whole game, man. I went to the game, very rainy, sloppy game, especially towards the end.
Despite all the injuries, the Colts, they came here, they did what they supposed to. I can't stand the Colts, to be honest with you. But you see the fans are leaving the stadium now. And the Titans play hard. They just now scored a touchdown. Oh, boy.
But the Indianapolis Colts just had more than what we had, even from a player availability standpoint. We had a lot of second and third stringers out there not making excuses. You got to come to play ball. The Titans did the best they could do. They made some dumb mistakes, dumb interceptions, dumb issues with punt returning by Dory Jackson. Blaine just being inconsistent. Just a lot of issues. Some people might look like, okay, if Marcus Mariota would have played, could we have won? That's debatable. I do think the game would have come out better. I do think the throw to Luke Stalker might have been a completion. I do think at times where Gabbert had chances to run, Mariota could have made something out of it. Plus, Mariota gives you that intangible. He wins football games. Not to say that we would have beat the Colts, because when we played them and he played, we still lost. But Derrick Henry, again, as I've been screaming all season, I wish we could have done it earlier to run the football. He was very successful. Again, he only had 16 carries, but the way the game was being folded, we had to throw the ball, so it is what it is. I thought offensively on the play calling standpoint, we did the best that we could do, man. Not really going to fault Matt LaFleur in this game. I just think, again, a lot of dumb mistakes. The quarterback play was not good at all. Looking at it on the field, man, you can just see the mistakes that were being made. I heard mostly on television, you could really see him missing open receivers. So, congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts. I do think there will be a formidable foe for the fact that they do have Andrew Luck, who might be the best quarterback in the AFC. I know you got Tom Brady, but right now Andrew Luck is playing on another level right now. And the Colts will be something to be careful for in the AFC playoffs. All right, so I spoke upon how we could beat the Indianapolis Colts, right? And we attained 2 out of the 3, but the third one was huge. So, keys to the loss. So first I said to run Derrick Henry. And we did that. He had 16 carries. Overall, he had 93 yards, which is a 5.8 yards per carry. So Derrick Henry did his part. But again, towards the end of the game, because we were behind, we had to start throwing the ball. Now, what I would say is, why not have him in the game even throwing the ball? He can catch. He's okay. He's not superb at it. But I think the Colts understood he's in the game, they're running. Deion Lewis is in the game, they're throwing, right? Not really changing up, kind of vanilla on an offensive standpoint. I think Derrick Henry could have made even a bigger impact in catching the football, just playing a little bit more. 16 carries, I would like to see maybe 25 carries, but the way the game was going just couldn't happen. It is what it is. when you look at it on defense. I also spoke upon blitzing Andrew Luck and also being in the zone. Early in the game, the zone was getting lit up. You know why? Because Marlon Mack was running the football at a very high effective rate. Marlon Mack had 25 carries for 119 yards rushing. That's 4.8 yards a carry, and he had a touchdown. So I think that's what impacted it early, was him running in the middle. That's where we missed Jarrell Casey. Marlon Mack was doing whatever he wanted to running down the middle, and that impacted our defense early. Now, Dean Pease made some adjustments and allowed the Titans to play a bit more sturdy, at least in the pass defense, right? Andrew Luck was looking around. There were guys around. Again, he had an interception. And once we put that blitz on him, once we put that pressure on Andrew Luck, what did he do? Threw an interception to Jayon Brown, who ran it back for a pick six.
Blitz on that last drive at all, not blitzing here. And he's just standing there, and he gets kind of knocked around, and then he knows better than that. I mean, he's one of the smarter quarterbacks there is in football.
During the game, the crowd went crazy on that, right? And I kept jumping up and down. It's like, that's how you do it. That's how you get it done. But when you have the ball as long as the Colts had, and that's my next point, the point where we failed miserably, the Indianapolis Colts had the ball for 40 minutes. Now, the game is a 60-minute game, right? 40 out of 60 minutes. That's unbelievable. You can't beat nobody like that. We kept having third downs that was turning to fourth downs. Blaine Gabbert was being unbelievably inconsistent at throwing the football. We were not on offense long. As I mentioned, Derrick Henry only had 16 carries. So you can't win the ball or win the game when you have the ball for 19 minutes. It can't happen. The Indianapolis Colts had it for 40 minutes. That was the biggest key that I was speaking on, is that we have to have the time of possession and have Andrew Luck on the bench. It didn't happen. Andrew Luck was out there all day long, and we lost. Marlon Mack, again, he had a lot of carries. T.Y. Hilton had an okay game. He only had 2 catches. He had that one big catch. Ended up having for 61 yards. But then Dontrell Inman, the other receiver, led them to receive. He had 5 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Malcolm Butler did a really good job in coverage. Man, he has, over the past 7 or 8 games, Malcolm Butler has not allowed a touchdown. Great job to you, Malcolm Butler. Was kind of roasting you early, and it was deservingly so. Adore is the one whose production has come down from a coverage standpoint and definitely in punt returns. John Robinson, you're going to have to get a punt returner. We do have an unbelievable kickoff return in Darius Jennings, who led the league in yards per carry on kickoffs. We might have to re-sign him and put him as a punt returner too if we can't find anybody. But those are the keys to the loss. Those are huge. The time of possession was huge.
Hawkseye, Hawkseye, Hawkseye.
Next, we have the Hawkseye. I see you. I see you. I see you. So, Marcus Mariota went down with an injury last week. So we put in Blaine Gabbert. And look what he done. Blaine Gabbert, bro. Throw the ball away, dude. Throw it away. Or look downfield to see if someone else is open. When I saw the throw at the game, I lost my mind. That was the biggest play of the game. Unbelievable turnover. Blaine Gabbert, bro. You are the backup quarterback. But you were a first-round pick. You did start for the Jags for several years. You was out there playing like you've never played before, man. That really impacted the game. It really did. Plays like that is what caused us to lose the football game. Not to mention, Blaine Gabbert had 2 interceptions. Blaine Gabbert, bro, if I'm looking at it, if I'm the Titans, I'm like, Blaine Gabbert, we had him to start. He was 18 for 29. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. We need to bring somebody else in, man. We need to either draft a quarterback, maybe in the 3rd round, or we definitely need to bring a free agent quarterback in as a backup, even to Mariota, to challenge him for playing time. That's just my opinion. So next, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
So, let's look at this punt return by Adoree Jackson. Adoree, dude, bruh. Dude. You've had a rough season returning punts, man. I'm talking about an awful job. And people can say, man, he's nervous. Man, it's the 16th game of the season, man. Bro, you should know by now. Whether to feel the ball, touch the ball, or whatever. If not, you need to be replaced. It's just that simple. You know you had a terrible season in returning punts. Because every time something happens, you run to the sideline doing this to yourself. That's an indication to let you know I'm not doing my job as a punt returner. John Robinson, sign a punt returner. Get somebody out there that wants to return the football. An awful job by Dory Jackson. Jacques! Hold! Jacques! Hold! Good evening, sir.
Good evening, bro.
All right, man. Well, we're on this sad day again. You know, it is what it is. We lost. But I'm here again with Jacques, the lockdown corner. He's going to bring you his analysis upon the Titans and the Colts game.
Hey, congratulations to the Colts. Y'all did it, man. You did it. Y'all in the playoffs. We not. Man, what I've seen, Blaine Gabbert, man, we can't win with Blaine Gabbert, dude. We can't win with him, man. 2 picks. I don't know how many yards he had. Everybody else around him were playing playoff football except Blaine Gabbert. Absolutely. The receivers were trying their best. The defense was trying their best. Even special teams came out, man. That first play when they kicked it, dude, the energy was there. It's just Blaine Gabbert doesn't have it. If you know you don't have it, you don't have it. He didn't have it in Jacksonville. He didn't have it in Arizona. So you telling me he was going to come to the Titans and you thought he was going to have it here?
Right.
No, absolutely not. Man, we played the best we could play without Mariota.
Absolutely.
And Mariota's a tough kid, man. But when you have an injury where you can't feel your hand, a nerve injury, you've played, I played, stingers, nerve, I get it. The problem is durability, man. You're inconsistent. This is the biggest game that we needed him, and the Redskins killed it for us, dude.
Yep. They did.
The Redskins killed it for us. And it's disappointing because if we would have had Mariota, we would have won the game. We would have beat the Colts, and I'm saying it. Any Colts fan that wanted to dispute me or you want to debate me because Mariota would have beat y'all. And I'm just saying it. Or it would have been close to what it was. We're not winning with Blaine Gabbert.
Right.
Henry, man, had a good game again. Once again, we found our run game.
Absolutely.
Henry, hey, big ups, man. You had 93 yards, I believe.
Yep.
Man, it's to the point where he could only do so much.
That's correct.
The Corey Davis had, of course, he did what Corey Davis is doing. He going to get his catches. Taywan Taylor, he's being Taywan Taylor. He's going to do what Taywan Taylor does.
That's right.
Defensively is what I really want to talk about. Man, good. I give it up to the defense, man. They tried their best. Without Casey, Arakpo wasn't out there. The defensive line, without them, man, they're nothing.
That's
Casey, right. You're nothing without Casey, man. Casey is your best defensive tackle on that team. And without him, it was a tall task asking to get pressure on Andrew and to sack Andrew. And when you let Andrew sit back there and throw the ball, he's going to pick you apart.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing you allotted to was playing zone. First time we played it, we played man.
Yep, that's right.
Played zone. The first series was shaky. He gave 2 down there, 2 possessions, 14 points. Yep. Oh, man, they got scared.
They did.
Blaine Gabbert couldn't get us down the field. Our defense bailed us out.
They did.
Man, that interception, the key to that was pressure. They finally got pressure on Andrew Luck. Right. Their center wasn't playing.
Yep.
Imagine if Casey was playing,
exactly.
dude.
It would have made a difference.
It would have made a big difference.
Absolutely.
So, with him throwing that pick and how he lobbed it, boom.
Yep.
Hey, big ups to Jayon Brown, man. Jayon Brown, you had a hell of a year, dude.
Sure did, bro.
You had a interception for a touchdown and a strip sack. Come on, dude.
Yeah, man.
He kept us in the game.
He did.
Malcolm Butler did his thing until he had that pass interference, which that was an iffy call.
It was iffy.
To Steen, it was iffy. You're not playing. You had this physical. It's being physical.
That's
so you going to call that a pass interference?
That's
no.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Harold Landry. I'm going to say this about Harold Landry, and I'm predicting this now, today. January the 2nd, or the 1st, whatever. New Year's. Harold Landry had 5 sacks this year, right? As a rookie. His sack totals are going to continue to rise.
Absolutely.
Once he adds more angles and more technique to him, he's going to be a bad dude.
Yes, sir.
That's one pass rusher that I can say that's going to relieve it for us. That's going to help us out. This is rookie season. So, he had a sack. So, good job to Larry. Harold. But yeah, Adoree, man, you don't make no bonehead mistakes like that, man. That was a bonehead play. And if it wasn't for Jayon, Jayon bailed him out, man. And big ups to Jayon. Jayon played hard. It's everybody played the best of their ability of what they had to work with. It was the next man up mentality, and they tried their best. And then, like I said, I'm not mad at the team. I'm just frustrated with the point, why do we have Blaine Gabbert? Right. You see what I'm saying? Why do we have him? In this offseason, man, we have to get a backup quarterback because we know Mariota is not durable. We know that. We know he's going to get hurt. So if that's what we're going to have to live with as a Titans fan, that's what we have to live with. So what we have to do, sign him to at least like a one-year deal and bring in somebody in the draft or bring in somebody from in free agency. We can bring in Nick Foles as all our kids.
That's right.
Just somebody that can compete with him to the point where we get in situations like this, we can win games.
That's right.
So that's my analysis. Like I said, man, it's been a rocky season, man. It's been one of the most frustrating seasons I can remember as being a Titans fan. I've been a Titans fan, Oilers fan since we got to Tennessee. Absolutely. So since the Oilers / Titans got to Tennessee, so we've seen up and downs years, but this has just been a strange year from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, man. And I'm just kind of glad to get to the offseason, breathe a little bit, get to where we can start debating and looking in the drafts and free agency. But John Robinson, man, you got a tall task. It's going to be an interesting offseason, man.
That's right.
It's going to be real interesting. But, hey, man, let's jock the lockdown corner, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some analysis, bro.
Appreciate it as always,
hey,
sir.
Of course. Tighten up, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right, so now we are looking into the draft. As you know, the Tennessee Titans, their season is over. And, you know, going into next year, 2019, there are many different positions that the Titans can improve on. I do feel that we are a very good young team, but we do have our opportunities given the fact that we didn't make the playoffs at the end of the day. So what we're going to do now as of January 1st right now, things are subject to change down the road as far as what we think they should draft. But as of right now, who I think we should draft right now, what position? Defensive end. Brian Orakpo now has retired. Great job to Brian Orakpo for being a stalwart for the team, being a leader of the team. He played 6 years with the Redskins, the last 4 with the Titans. Again, 10 years in the league, man. Brian Orakpo did his thing. Definitely the defensive leader of the team. But I think as well we got to look for that replacement. We definitely need a pass rusher. Our DBs led us in sacks. So that lets you know there in itself, man, that's a weakness for us. When you look at Andrew Luck throwing the ball, he's 11-0 against us. Again, a good portion of that. He doesn't get touched. He did get sacked maybe once or twice this past game. But the previous game that we played, he didn't get touched not one time. And there's many games where we have defensive linemen that don't get not one sack. That's inexcusable. So we definitely need a defensive end to come in and say, look, this is my job, like Javon Curtis. This is what I do. I'll tackle running backs every so often, man. I'll knock a ball down every so often. I'm here to sack the quarterback. That's what I think we should do.
Okay. Well, with me, I'm saying the same thing, man. Defensive end, because to piggyback on what you said, like you said, leadership. We're losing a leader, man. Orakpo was a good leader, a good locker room guy, good dude, man. And for us to lose that, and like you said, man, no pressure, man. For these past couple of years, Hawk, we haven't had any pressure. We haven't got to the quarterback. Not like years past, like we had Vandy Bosch, Haynesworth. We had, man, back in the day, Kenny Holmes. I'm getting old school with it, but it's to the point where this draft class is loaded with defensive tackles, defensive ends.
It really is, man.
This is the perfect year to get you a defensive tackle, defensive end.
Yes, sir.
Like years past where it was loaded with corners, and likewise the same thing. Man, we need to get a pass rusher where I want to see in training camp, and I want to hear in training camp rumbles of him getting past Taylor Lewan. Right. Because if you can get past Taylor Lewan, you a hell of an end, man. That's right. You a hell of an end. And we need a culture and a game changer, man. We need somebody to come in here. We need an Aaron Donald. We need somebody to take the pressure, because just imagine if we have an end that was like Javon Curse, and you have Casey, and you have Harold Landry. Yep. That's a dangerous defensive line, because at the same time, that creates turnovers in the secondary. You get to the quarterback can't do nothing. That's right. Prime example, Ravens. So that's just a little sneak peek of this offseason and draft.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be fun, man.
Absolutely. Fun. Yes, sir. So, folks, that is the show, man. As I mentioned earlier, I hate that the season is over. The Tennessee Titans, again, finished 9-7 and missed the playoffs. But the show goes on, folks. This podcast is far from over. We're going to be going over NFL content, man, throughout the playoffs, man. I have information and knowledge on all the teams, can give you a full breakdown on any team in the NFL, man. So not just say limited to the Titans, which that's my squad 100%. But we'll be breaking down the playoffs in general. Also as well, man, we're going to go over the draft. The draft is here in Nashville, and I plan on being there, man. We'll bring it live to you when that time frame comes. We're going to also talk about ways that we can improve next year. You know, just different things about the Tennessee Titans, man. Hey, we're here, man. We're going to stay here. You can click the subscribe button at the bottom. You can also hit like as well. Send out any comments, man. We're going to start having the commenter of the day as well, especially when we go live, man. We're going to give shout outs to our commenters out there on YouTube, man. We're on Apple. We're on Google. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Instagram, man. Check us out. We're all over the internet. You can email us as well at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com. Thank you again for a great NFL season for the Tennessee Titans. We are still here, man. The Titans, that's what we bleed around here, man. Again, we're going to bring NFL content as well. But, man, to you and yours, tighten up. Good luck to the Titans getting healthy in the offseason, man. Let's get it on, man. Hey, we here. Let's go Nashville. Let's go Tennessee. Let's go Tennessee Titans fans across the world. Let's do it, baby.